here, call and take notes.
Hey, what's up? How long does it take a person to make an independent film? That's really random. Month and a half, 2 months, or whatever. Takes 9 years. What? Because she started directing it in 2012 and it's 2021 and it's just now finished. Like she literally used her first stimulus check to pay for the rest of the film to get done. The editing, the animation, some of the graphics. Like, I mean, at least she got it done. She didn't even go to film school. And she didn't go to film school? Who does that? I commend her. I commend her because, like, I legit know people who did go to film school and they've done nothing since graduating. So 9 years? I don't think it's cool to make fun of anyone's journey. You know what I mean? Because there's no set rule on how you're supposed to achieve whatever God put in your heart. You know what I mean? And how do you know that? Are you the stimulus thing? How do you even know that? Look, I just got notification that she dropped the movie on her YouTube channel. I was about to watch it. Why don't we watch it together? So that way we can see what it's, you know, what it is, how she did it. Okay, what?
You're a character, doesn't matter.
Narration scene, fat girl. Narration scene, take 1. Take 2. Take 3. Take 4. 5. Take 6. Take 7. Take 8.
Scene 10, fat girl, narrator, take 9. 10. Take 11. Take 12. Take 13. Take 14.
Just take it out.
Take 15.
Slate?
That is the best description of my inner drive. Hey guys, my name is Nicole Monique Whalen. Welcome to those who are new to my channel. Today's episode is going to be a little different because I wanted to do the making of my first feature film, Can You Spare Some Change? Now, my goal in doing today's episode was basically to inspire you to get up and to chase a dream or an idea that you didn't think you could achieve. So, let's get started. Can You Spare Some Change? Affectionately known as Spare Change, actually started out as a film short, but somehow ended up into a feature film. I shot the film over the course of 12 days total. We did 9 days in 2012, 2 days in 2013, and 1 day in 2017. For my crew, I had 1 DP and 1 sound person, and I pretty much played the part of intern, slater, prop design and stuff like that, wardrobe, when certain people couldn't come to set to help me out. But I did have a few friends that would drop in from time to time. The film is about 2 filmmakers who have this, film that they want to try to get off the ground, but they just can't get any funding or investors or support around their movement. But one of them has this hairball idea about doing a partnership with the homeless community. And that's what the film is pretty much about, like their journey with trying to make this crazy thing work. But the bottom line is just start. Start something. Don't talk about it forever. And you just never know how many people will come and rally around you once you've started.
Hey, how are you? My name is Brian Handy, and I'm here to encourage you to make a pledge for Can You Spare Some Change?
Yep, good old Kickstarter. We were trying to get people to give to our campaign, and no, nothing happened. So I had to basically pay for the film out of my pocket. I used certain paychecks to pay people in installments, and I treated everyone as if they were credit card bills. Can you imagine how shocked I was once I added up everything? I pretty much spent over $7,000 to get this project done. But again, not in one lump sum and not all my money. I had an investor, which is an old mentor from Nashville, come through and give me money so that I could pay for cameos. So the lesson in this is just ask. I was so surprised how many people, number one, said they would be okay with, a $25 installment every 2 weeks. I was totally shocked that my mentor would give me the finishing funds so that I could pay these celebrity cameos. So just ask. You never know. Location 1 was a garage that one of the producers gave me access to, the guy's headquarters and the homeless couple's home. Location 2 was actually our lead actor, Andrew Tyree, his apartment at the time. So we we shot the crap out of his place. We used his garage as the homeless couple's home. The kitchen for the parents' living quarters, you never saw them outside of the kitchen. We used his character in the living room. You never saw him outside of his living room. We used the Joe character in the bedroom. You never saw him outside of the bedroom. Joe's girlfriend in the movie, Aquanisha, we used the porch. I gave everybody money for bus fare. We all loaded the bus. We went to the back of the bus, we hid all the equipment, and we just slowly started filming. But we sat accordingly to where we could get the shots, and just we did about 3 scenes on the bus. Now, in the middle of filming the second scene, the bus driver had reached the end of his route. He needed to take a break. So he comes to the back. We're still the only people on the bus. And he's like, "What's going on back here? What are y'all doing?" And so I just was honest with him. I said, "Hey, I'm, the director. I'm trying to get this film and blah, 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 and woo, woo." And so basically I was able to, convince him to let us stay on the bus while he takes his break. Because, where are you going, sir? You have to keep the bus near you. So he literally got out the bus, locked it, left us on there, and we were able to get the other scenes done with no engine running and no people, to disturb us and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay. Now, our next location, we shot the crap out of that office. It was the bank. It was a credit union. It was several executive offices. It was a television network conference room where he had the meeting about their film, trying to pitch his film. I wanted to kind of just take advantage of where we were. We were already downtown filming other things. And I'm like, hey, let's get an establishing shot of this building, get him walking down the street, and act like he's walking into one of the doors. And he goes into this door area, like he's passing up all of the real doors, but he goes into like this little hallway corridor area where they probably take the trash out at. My car came into play when I found 3 scenes with dialogue that could literally happen anywhere. So we used it for a stranger, for the guys talking about the plan, and the guys making up at the end. Yeah, if they fell out. The restaurant. So probably a week before we started filming, I found this little hole in the wall Mexican restaurant that didn't really get that much traffic. I show up with the crew and the cast. I buy everybody's meal. We hide the equipment. We go in. We take a seat. Next thing you know, we're filming. Somebody comes out. One of the workers comes out to clean the table, and he notices that we're like filming and stuff. But because we already spent the money and showed them love, they just didn't say anything, and they let us finish the scene. Got to be creative and think outside of the box. Don't think, oh, I need money for this, or, oh, I need to pay for this location. Figure it out. Study other television shows or TV shows, and just pay attention to how many locations they had in that film or in that project. Again, just another tip for you. Think outside of the box. In 2012, I had a great support system. Friends and colleagues who came to help style the guys for their promo shoot, do the graphic design for the posters, help me scout locations, handling all of the paperwork for the actors and the crew, from slating to wardrobe to makeup, serving as script supervisor, being a lookout for when we were still in locations. When we wrapped Spare Change, things were initially on track. I was having creative meetings with the 4 leads when they were available, where we would watch the different drafts and they would give notes and stuff like that. And then people were seeing how I was getting away with pulling off all these things for free or little to no money. I started getting hired for these other projects, web series, short films. And next thing you know, I look up and it's a year later and I'm getting an email from one of the cast members. She was responding to an ad I posted for another project where I was looking for extras. And she's like, hey, I hope this project that you're working on went well, but whatever happened to Spare Change? Can I get some footage for my reel? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh my God, Spare Change. That's tip 4. Rejuvenate your dream. Yes, life happens. You may have kids, you may get married, you may have to travel, you may have to go to school. You may just forget about the project. Rejuvenate it. Don't let it die. Now, when it came to the post-production side of Spare Change, things got shaky. Only because I didn't have big funds to hire an animator, an editor, or a composer to focus solely on the film. But, you know me, it didn't stop me from asking, which allowed me to find my first editor, Dan Colin. He was willing to take a smaller fee and installments, but a week after he started, he got a great opportunity to go work in Chicago with the Obama administration. So, boom, he was gone. Editor number 2, Millard Walton. He came to the table because he was referred by the lead actor, one of the lead actors, and he actually made it far enough to get a rough draft of the first cut. But the hard drive crashed, he lost all of his work, and boom, he was unmotivated from there on out. Editor number 3, me. Editor number 4, me. Editor number 5, 6, 7, all me. That's right. Even though I had an editing system on my laptop, I was trying. I really was trying to cut the film and recut the film and recut the film. I even asked Millard, hey, because he sent me that first, draft or whatever. So I was trying to cut and recreate what he did. And I just had issue after issue after issue and just eventually lost time and motivation like everyone else. But then in December of 2019, I shared my spare change journey with one of my old college friends, and I'll just let her tell you about it.
Hello everyone, my name is Asha Iman and I am the editor of the movie Can You Spare Some Change? I've known Nikki, the director and writer of the film, for almost 20 years. So I became a part of the project much later in the process. Nikki and I had recently reconnected and she told me that she had several unfinished projects. And although I didn't edit film, it's not really my thing, I volunteered to try to edit it for her. Now, I must say, while I found it challenging at times, I also found it to be quite enjoyable. I normally shoot and edit promotional videos for clients, for non-for-profit organizations. So doing a feature film was a bit overwhelming at times, just simply due to its length. But as I started to really delve into the project, it was really cool. I felt as though I really got to know the characters. As an editor, you feel a connection to the characters because you spend so much time with them on screen. So it really becomes like this intimate relationship that you have with them. I think this film turned out great. I think Nikki wrote a unique and funny story that somehow manages to merge serious topics such as homelessness and suicide with comedy without making it crass. I am proud to have been a part of this production. I hope that you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoyed editing it. Thank you.
Asha's husband has more than one album, so it only made sense for him to make the opening song for Spare Change. Then the perfectionist in him took over and he actually took on a tedious job in doing the editing of the actual voices in the film. So thank you, Mike. You rock.
All right, hey everybody. I'm over here working on the intro music for the movie Spare Change. And I've kind of got everything felt out on this track so far, but I just wanted to add a little layer pad to it. So I got this nice little new plugin from Arteria, the classic vocoder. You might get a little feedback just because you're going to want to hear through the speaker. But here's kind of what I'm laying down, just so that you can hear what's happening. Something like this. Yeah. So have a listen. Let's see how this turns out. Maybe slight feedback here. Cover your ears.
Of Can You Spare Some Change? The film is finally complete, completely complete, completely done, like done, like finished, like you can watch it now. Okay, So if you want to hear story time about like some of the tea that happened on set, or just, you know, more of the behind the scenes, you can check out my new segment called Behind the Pen. That's where I'm basically going to be sharing, you know, information about each film and my experience making it. So go watch it. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, you know, let me know what part you thought was the funniest, what part you didn't like, whatever. Just let me know what you guys think in general about the film. Okay? Until next time, make yourself proud. And the world, they'll catch on.